Kia ora koutou katoa, ka nui te mea kia koutou kua tai mai tēnei rā. Ko Hana Oz tāku ingoa e te kaumatoru o kutau. No ko tere ana me ere ana o ku tipuna, engari ka tipu ake ahau ki te whanganui a tāra. Nō reira, ko rongorongo te maunga, ko kāringi te awa, ko Ben Nevis te waka. Ko Logan toku iwi, ko McLennan toku hapu. He tangata o te tiriti o wātinga ahau. Kia ora, my name is Hana Olds and I'm 14 years old. I'm just finishing year 10 at Wellington High School and I was in a one-day-a-week program called Gifted Kids for 4.5 years. Yeah. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is my story of how I was inspired by another man's story, about how I took action and wrote a book that all the proceeds from go towards cancer research. Now, it's been a long journey for me and everyone involved, but like any other journey, it has a beginning, so let's start there. This journey started on a Sunday night, when me and my mum were sitting down on the couch watching TV, and we're watching the investigative program Sunday. And that night it was on Professor Swee. So very briefly, here's a little of Swee's childhood or story, as told in the introduction of my book. Imagine you're a child, born in a small Malaysian village to a poor family. You're one of 14 children. Your mother never went to school, and your father only attended school up until the age of 10. You love your mum and dad, but you don't want to be poor like them with few opportunities. You want to become a doctor, but people around you are saying, you can't be a doctor. Look at your hands. They're rough and dirty. This doesn't stop you. It just makes your dream even stronger. Swee has faced many challenges along his journey, such as learning English so he could actually comprehend and understand his lectures, to raising enough money to go to college and from there, university in Australia, to finally having to find a new home when the Australian government basically kicked him out of the country. It was perseverance that enabled him to carry on and achieve his dream of becoming a doctor. Swee now is a highly acclaimed plastic surgeon, and it has been his passion, his courage, his out-of-the-box thinking that has led him to achieve such heights. Now, Swee is a very gifted, inspiring man, and is a wonderful example of someone who thinks outside the box. An example of Swee's out-of-the-box thinking is when he did research into the strawberry birthmark. He found the cell that actually causes a birthmark, the stem cell, and it was a worldwide breakthrough. But not only did Swee and his team want a cause, they wanted a cure. So researching, the team found out that if you treated a patient with a strawberry birthmark with propranolol, a drug normally used for high blood pressure, it actually causes the cells in the tumour to commit suicide. A massive discovery for Swee, his team, New Zealand and the globe. This situation is also an example of Swee's bigger vision, the vision for the future. Swee's vision is to find cures and treatments for diseases that don't involve interventional methods such as surgery. Now, this led on to his next big idea, to find a non-interventional method to cure cancerous tumours with no surgery, no chemotherapy and no radiotherapy, and to set up a research institute to do this. Now, I saw that and I was moved. I glimpsed the vision behind his story, and I wanted to help. So I got to thinking about how I could. It was a conversation with my mum when she suggested, why don't you write a book? Now, I knew straight away that this is what I wanted to do. I was going to write a book to raise money for Swee's research. So I invited Swee to our class, and for 2 hours he talked to us about his research, his passions, what he wants to achieve. The class was transfixed. And finally I asked him if I could write a book on him. There was that pause, that moment of hesitation, and he used the excuse, my wife says I'm too young. Now, I kept on persisting until the next day he sent me an email saying the word I wanted to hear, yes. So I started researching and writing, and I had to go and collect hundreds of articles and newspaper clippings, and interviewed Swee many a times. Finally, over the whole process, I had written over 20 drafts of the book. Now, when I first started working on the book, I thought it would take 3 weeks, not 18 months. Then we could actually launch the book. Over 120 people attended the book launch at Wellington High School, and it was a wonderful evening and a great way to celebrate the book and the people involved. Now, on the publicity side, there's been book signings, articles, reviews, and even TV1 Close-Up have done a piece on it. I've also had many speaking engagements like today. But the conclusion, we've raised over $32,000 for the GMRI Research Institute, which is opening this December. I've had the opportunity to meet lots of inspiring people, and I've learned a lot. So what have I learned? I've learned that you've got to listen and act on things that you're passionate about. If you have a dream, take it seriously. And the power of inviting people to help with a good idea. You have to invite people in to help because they get a buzz out of being involved, and they also learn along the way. And persistence. It takes time, energy, and determination, and the going will get tough, but you can do it. And the final and most important thing is, believe you yourself can make a difference, because no matter who you are, where you come from, how old you are, you can. So how can you support the vision? You can buy a copy of the book from this conference or just send us an email. Now, please consider making your contribution by buying the book and sharing the story and encouraging others to buy the book, to help Swee's research and to help Swee achieve his dream of curing cancer. Thank you so much for listening. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, huri nō te whai, tēnā rā koutou katoa.